Alright, so this is the video explanation for my custom greeting card project for the Grow with Google challenge course. I started out with a pencil drawing of an android with a birthday theme. I scanned this in and brought it into Photoshop. Um, I'm going to gloss over a lot of this process since it's not directly part of the challenge, but in general, here I'm using the quick selection tool, picking regions of my original drawing to add color to, and I'm creating new layers so that I can keep each color separate. I also did add some color to the background so that it doesn't look totally plain when I'm done with it. Now, the first time I saved this image, it was about 2000 by 2000 pixels, and that did cause a compiler error in Android Studio. I'm not sure what the limits are for dimensions, but I went back in and resized the JPG image that I exported from Photoshop here. So that it was roughly 1000 by 1000 pixels, and Android Studio liked that just fine. So here is the completed project showing in the Android emulator. How I got to this point, first I needed to bring the Android cupcake.jpg into my drawable resources folder. You can right click on drawable here and do show and explore, and I put my image in just the drawable folder here. I didn't use drawable v24. I'm not quite sure. I guess that's like the API level or something, but it worked just fine in the drawable folder. As far as my XML here, I've got a relative layout. This is really similar to the example project covered in the lesson. I've got the image view underneath my two text views here so that they show on top of it. I did center this happy birthday text. The way I achieved that, if we look at the XML code here, I added these lines, layout align parent left and layout align parent right, and that stretches the view to the width of the parent container. And lastly, I've got Android text alignment center. So by default, this is what would happen. The text view gets stretched out, but the text is aligned to the left by default. So we have to center the text within its text view container here. I also made this text bold. We've got a shortcut for that attribute over here on the right, and I made the second text view just a little bit smaller than happy birthday text. Now on the Android emulator, you can tell I've also managed to hide the action bar. That's the little area that says birthday card right here. The way I achieved this, if you go to your main activity.java right here, you can see all I've done is added this line, get support action bar dot hide. And this is a trick I found just by searching Google for Android hide action bar. It's useful to know that this is called the action bar. Anyway, that's my final result.